What is up, guys? Jordan here of hardcoremusicstudio.com as usual, and this video is coming at you by request. Throughout the year I shared a couple emails or videos or whatever where I mentioned a book I'm reading or something, and I've gotten a number of messages back and requests to hear, what are your book recommendations? What should I read about XYZ and stuff? So as we're coming to the end of 2017, I wanted to do a little video here with my top reads of the year. Now, I read every morning. It's a practice I've been doing for a couple years. I love it. It energizes me. It helps me start my day better. And just, I believe that, a year from now, 3 years from now, you're going to be the exact same person you are today, except for what new information you learn. So the books you read or the people you meet. So that's why I believe that reading is so important, no matter what your job is. I never used to read books like this as an audio engineer. I thought it was all just about being creative and being in the studio making music, and that's all good. But if you want to grow as a person and learn how to become a better business person, how to manage your finances, like all this important stuff in life, then you've got to be investing in yourself and by learning. And the cheapest way to do this is by books. You can buy a $10 book that can completely change your life. So I definitely recommend that you get into this practice. I believe I read between 25 and 30 books this year, plus some rereads. So every now and then I'll be having to work on a certain area, and I'll go back and reread a book that was valuable before that may be more applicable right now. So I reread a couple as well. I've narrowed it down to 3 different books, and I read across a variety of different topics and everything. But I've narrowed it down to 3 that I think will help you guys. So let's dive into it. Okay, the first book on the list is The Go-Giver by Bob Burg. And the reason I'm including this one is because it's a very short read and it's easy. It's not only is it short, but the letters are pretty big. So there's no excuses not to read a little book like this. And the author kind of uses like a story to make his point. So sometimes these nonfiction books can be a little bit long and boring because it's just kind of facts and ideas. But this is told in the context of a story of someone who is struggling, kind of financially and career-wise, and he gets the secrets on how to, make more money, how to become more valuable. And there's a lot of really important ideas in this book, but one of the most important ones is just to shift your thinking from, our cultural norm of like, what's in it for me? What can I get? What can I get? With the main idea being how much can I extract from other people in order to make a living and make more money and succeed more. And this really flips it on the head and exposes the truth that, the amount of money you make is a reflection of how much value you've provided to people. So if you want to increase your income, you need to provide more value to more people. And I actually did a little video, which you can find online here, when I read this book, kind of just spouting off some ideas of how that principle actually applies to someone running their own studio and how you can increase your business by having this kind of mindset. I've really experienced that this is how the world works. If you want to receive more, then you need to give more. You need to become more valuable to the world and the people that you serve. So The Go-Giver, that's the first book I'm recommending here. All right, book number 2 for this year, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. This is one of my favorites. It really fired me up when I read it. The main premise of this book is that the quantum leap is a myth. So the quantum leap being the idea that you can go from level 3 to level 9 just like that you can hack your way to success, and that there's a fast path that you can basically bypass all the hard work that leads to developing a superior skill in something. And what he's arguing in this book, which is just absolutely true and something that you really need to internalize, is that there really isn't a hack to get to the top. It's small incremental steps. It's the choices you make every single day. Did you choose to hit snooze on your alarm, or did you get up a little earlier so you can read a book? Did you choose to go exercise, or did you not? It's not these quantum leaps. It's not these massive changes and decisions usually that determine where we end up. It's the small daily things that compound over time, and you don't really notice them at first, but then once you reach the top, you look back and just like, wow, how did I get here? And just realizing that it's all of those tiny slight edge decisions that actually get you to where you want to go. So definitely recommend this book, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. There is another video that I'll link up here where I talk a little bit more in depth about this and how it can apply to you as a music creator. All right, third book. I kind of hesitated whether I was going to include this one. This is kind of a more technical book. The other two I just said were more kind of ideas and mindset and philosophy on life and your outlook on business and money. This one is very technical. It's called Profit First. The author is Mike Michalowicz. Don't let the title turn you off. It's not about being a money monster obsessed with only profit and nothing else. This is actually teaching a system for accounting and managing your finances as a business owner. So if you're recording records on the side or full-time, you definitely want to read this because you probably have questions about how you should manage your money as a business owner. How much should I set aside? How do I make sure I pay my taxes? How much should I leave every month to actually operate the business? And this provides some really useful outlines. And I've implemented this Profit First system in my own business, and it's been great. And it's the idea of, it's called Profit First because his argument is that most businesses will use up all of the money that comes in if there's no plan for it. It's just business is a cash-eating monster, and it's just all the money that comes in is gonna go out, and then some too. And that was definitely the way I operated like years and years ago, of just like, no matter how much business I had in the studio, there's no money left over. So the Profit First system tells you every dollar that comes in, you allocate a certain percentage that is going to pay yourself, a certain percentage is going to pay your taxes, a certain percentage is going away separately to be held in a profit account, which is why it's called Profit First. So you actually end up with extra money at the end of the quarter and the end of the year because you're taking the profit off the top. And then what's left over is the expenses that you can use to run and grow your business. So it's kind of the opposite of the traditional accounting method of, the profit is whatever's left over after you spend everything you have to spend. And this system is really forcing you to say, how much do, as the owner, as the operator doing all the work in this business, how much do I need to take as the owner, and how much profit do I want to have at the end of the year, at the end of the quarter? And you set that aside right off the top. It's kind of similar to the pay yourself first method, but if you're in this spot where you're running your business, you're trying to figure out how to manage your finances as a business owner and just as a person more effectively, then I definitely recommend checking out this book, Profit First. All right, quick bonus book here. One of my favorites of this year, Mixing Heavy Music by Jordan Valerian. No, I'm just kidding, but I did want to throw this in here because, a lot of you might not know, I've got this ebook called Mixing Heavy Music, and you can actually buy the paperback version on Amazon as well. So it's got some, we got pictures in there, screenshots of actual plugin settings and stuff like that. Check it out on Amazon, just search Mixing Heavy Music. You can buy the Kindle version, the ebook version, or you can go on my website and buy the PDF, but you can also buy this hard copy paperback. And I just, for talking about books, shamelessly, I'm gonna plug this in here. Definitely pick it up if you haven't already. It's $7 for the ebook, or if you wanna buy the hard copy on Amazon, I think it's like $14.99 or something. And if you're, let's face it, if you are not willing to invest 10 or 15 or 20 bucks into a book about this craft, then you're really not willing to get in the game at all. So definitely check it out, Mixing Heavy Music. I'm a little bit biased, but I think this is gonna help your mixes a lot heading into 2018. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed these recommendations of my favorite books of 2017. Again, it's The Go-Giver, The Slight Edge, and Profit First. So definitely, if you got some time off over the holidays here, check them out. New Year's resolutions and all that stuff. A great one would be to start reading these kinds of books and commit to actually growing in all areas of your life over the next year. All right, thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to this channel, definitely hit the subscribe button so you get all future videos that I post. And if you're not on my email list at makebetterrecords.com, definitely head over there. I'm gonna send you my free mixing cheat sheet when you sign up, plus a bunch of my best mixing tutorials. The email list is where I send out all of my best stuff. And believe it or not, there's a lot of, mindset advice, mixing advice, like actual, down and dirty techniques and tips for mixing and producing and editing and tracking and just making records in general. a lot of stuff that I send out on my email list that never makes its way onto a video or onto a podcast or whatever. So make sure you are on the email list. I've got tons of stuff planned for 2018 that you're not gonna wanna miss. And that's again at makebetterrecords.com. All right, guys, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.